What if I told you that some of the things you pack for your cruise could be taken off you before you even step onto the ship? And I'm not just talking about the obvious stuff. A beach souvenir, a funny adult joke item, snacks from home, and even glasses. Yes, you heard that right. Plus a few others that might surprise you too. In 2026 and 2027, cruise security may confiscate things passengers never expected to be a problem. So, before you zip up your suitcase, here are 8 items that could get pulled at cruise security. Number 1, seashells, coral, sand, plants, and natural souvenirs. The first item cruise security may confiscate is one of the strangest because it looks completely harmless. A seashell, a little jar of sand, a piece of coral, a plant cutting, a seed pod, or some cute little natural souvenir you picked up in port because you thought that'll look nice at home. And honestly, this is where passengers get caught because nobody looks at a seashell and thinks, ah, yes, international security problem. But depending on where you are cruising, natural souvenirs can become a big issue. Some ports, islands, and countries have strict rules about taking natural items away from beaches, protected areas, or wildlife zones. And cruise ships also have to think about customs rules, biosecurity rules, protected marine life, pests, soil, seeds, plant material, and whether something came from a restricted area. That means the innocent looking shell in your bag might not look innocent to security. The coral you thought was just a pretty souvenir may be protected. That little bit of sand you saved in a bottle may be treated differently once you're trying to bring it back through a port. And plants or seeds can be even worse because they can carry pests, insects, disease, or soil that another country does not want coming in. This is the annoying part. You might not even mean to break a rule. You might not be trying to smuggle anything. You might just be a normal passenger coming back from a beach day with something small in your bag. But if security, customs, or port officials decide it is not allowed, they may take it from you. And in some places, it may not just be confiscated. You could also be questioned, delayed, or told to throw it away before you are allowed through. So the safest rule is simple. Do not take natural souvenirs from beaches, reefs, parks, or protected areas unless you are absolutely sure it is allowed. Take photos instead. Buy approved souvenirs from proper shops. And if something has soil, seeds, coral, shells, animal material, plant material, or sand attached to it, think twice before packing it. Because there is nothing worse than standing at security while they hold up your little beach souvenir like it is evidence in a crime show. You thought you were bringing home a memory. Security might see it as something that never should have left the beach. Number 2, handcuffs, cable ties, restraints, and joke adult items. Security does not find funny. The second item cruise security may confiscate is one of those things that can go from funny little joke to very awkward at security extremely fast. Handcuffs, cable ties, restraints, fake police props, adult party items, or anything that looks like it could be used to tie someone up, lock someone in place, or create a safety problem on board. And yes, I know what some people are thinking, but it was only for a joke. It was for a costume night. It was for an adult cruise. It was just a silly gift for our friends. And that might be true. But cruise security does not always care what your joke was meant to be. They care what the item is, what it could be used for, and whether it creates a safety or security issue on the ship. Because once you are on board, you are not in a normal hotel room on land. You are on a ship with thousands of passengers, crew areas, emergency procedures, cameras, security teams, ports, customs checks, and rules the cruise line has to enforce. So, if something in your suitcase looks like a restraint, a locking device, or something that could be used the wrong way, it may get pulled. And this is where it can get embarrassing. Imagine standing at the terminal with your bag open while security holds up a pair of handcuffs and everyone behind you suddenly becomes very interested in pretending they are not looking. That is not exactly the cruise memory most people were hoping for. This one can also catch people on adult only cruises, party cruises, theme cruises, or group sailings where passengers assume the rules are more relaxed. But adult only does not mean bring anything you want. Even on a cheekier cruise, security still has rules. So, if you are packing costume items, party props, novelty gifts, or anything that could be seen as a restraint, check the cruise line's prohibited items list before it goes in your bag. Because the cruise line may not see it as funny. They may not see it as harmless. And they definitely may not want it sitting in your cabin. So the safe move is simple. Leave the handcuffs, cable ties, restraints, and questionable joke items at home. Because if security finds them first, your cruise might start with a red face, an open suitcase, and one very uncomfortable conversation before you even get on board. Number three, smart glasses and discreet recording devices. Glasses, yes, you heard that right. Not reading glasses, not sunglasses, not the pair you lose on your head while accusing everyone else of hiding them. I'm talking about smart glasses and discrete recording devices. And this is where passengers can get caught because they do not look suspicious at first. They do not look like a weapon. They do not look like something security would pull out of your bag and inspect. They just look like glasses, but some smart glasses can record video, take photos, capture audio, connect to apps, or film what is happening around you without everyone noticing straight away. And on a cruise ship, that can become a problem very quickly. Think about all the places people go on board: the spa, the sauna, the gym, the pool deck, changing areas, the casino, private lounges, security checkpoints, even behind the scenes tours. Cruise lines do not want passengers walking around with hidden recording devices in places where people expect privacy. And honestly, other passengers probably do not want that either. Nobody wants to be sitting in a sauna wondering if the person beside them is filming a cruise vlog through their face. You might not be trying to do anything wrong. You might just think they are a clever travel gadget. You might want some fun holiday footage. You might be filming your first walk around the ship. But if security sees glasses that can record, they may question them, restrict where you can use them, or in some cases, hold them until the end of the cruise. That is what makes this one tricky. A phone camera is obvious. A GoPro is obvious. A big camera hanging around your neck is obvious. But glasses that can record, that can feel sneaky, even if you did not mean it that way. So before you pack smart glasses, camera glasses, hidden cameras, tiny recording devices, or anything that films without looking like a normal camera, check your cruise line's rules. And even if they are allowed on board, be careful where you use them because you may think you packed a cool travel gadget. Cruise security may think you packed a privacy complaint waiting to happen. Number four, balloons, kites, party poppers, and silly celebration items. This next one sounds so harmless that it almost feels made up. Balloons, kites, party poppers, confetti style celebration items, and those little "it's my birthday" decorations people throw into a suitcase because they want to make the cabin look fun. Now, I get it. You are going on a cruise. Someone has a birthday, someone has an anniversary, someone is celebrating retirement, someone survived booking flights, cruise transfers, luggage tags, online check in, and travel insurance, which honestly deserves a party by itself. So you pack a few decorations and think, what could possibly be wrong with this? But cruise ships do not always see party items the way passengers do. A balloon might look cute in a cabin, but it can become a problem if it floats away, blocks equipment, sets off concerns, or ends up where it should not be. Kites can be an issue because you are on a moving ship in open wind with other passengers around. And the cruise line does not want someone launching a flying object off the deck like they are starting their own tiny air show. And party poppers can be even more obvious once you think about it. They make noise, they pop, they can scatter bits everywhere, and anything that creates a sudden bang on a ship may not be as funny to security as it was in your kitchen at home. Nobody wants to be halfway through a peaceful sail away when someone's party popper goes off and half the balcony row turns around like, right, who brought the wedding reception to deck nine? This is where passengers get caught. They do not see these things as dangerous. They see them as cheap, silly, harmless fun. But cruise security may see fire risk, litter, safety issues, environmental rules, or items that can disturb other passengers. So before you pack decorations, check what your cruise line actually allows. Cabin door magnets may be fine on some ships. A birthday banner may be fine. A few simple decorations might be okay. But balloons, kites, party poppers, confetti, glitter, and anything that flies, pops, bursts, scatters, or makes a mess can be a very different story because the cruise line may be happy for you to celebrate. They just may not want your celebration floating down the corridor, popping near strangers, or leaving tiny pieces of party regret all over the ship. Number five, travel routers, Wi Fi boosters, Starlink gear, and internet sharing gadgets. This one is going to annoy the people who thought they had outsmarted cruise Wi Fi. Travel routers, Wi Fi boosters, portable internet sharing gadgets, satellite gear, little devices that promise to help you connect more things, stretch the signal, or make one internet package work harder than the cruise line probably wanted it to. And let's be honest, cruise Wi Fi prices can make people very creative. You look at the package price, look at your phone, your partner's phone, your tablet, your laptop, and suddenly you start thinking like a retired internet engineer. Maybe if I plug this into that, connect this to this, share the signal through this little box. And before you know it, your suitcase looks like you're planning to run mission control from cabin 8246. But cruise lines can be very strict about networking gear because it can interfere with the ship's systems, create security issues, affect other passengers' connections, or break the rules around their internet packages. Even if you only meant to use it in your cabin, security may still care. And this is where passengers get caught. They think it's just a little Wi Fi gadget. But the cruise line may think, why has this passenger packed enough equipment to launch a small communication center? Some ships may allow basic chargers and normal personal electronics, but networking equipment can be treated very differently. So before you pack a travel router, Wi Fi booster, Starlink style gear, satellite device, or anything designed to share or extend internet access, check the cruise line's prohibited items list properly. Do not just assume it is fine because it worked in a hotel. A cruise ship is not a hotel with better views. It is a floating system with its own internet rules, security rules, and a very strong interest in making sure passengers buy the Wi Fi package the normal way. So, yes, your little gadget might seem clever. But if security finds it, they may not see a smart traveler. They may see someone trying to turn their cabin into a floating Wi Fi company. Number six, Bluetooth speakers, boom boxes, and just for the balcony music. This one is going to upset the people who packed a speaker and already pictured themselves having a perfect balcony moment. Bluetooth speakers, portable speakers, boom boxes, wireless speakers, and that little waterproof speaker someone brings because they think it's only small. What's the problem? Well, on a cruise ship, the problem is usually not the speaker. It is what happens when everyone thinks their speaker is the special one. One person wants music on the balcony, another wants music by the pool, another wants music while getting ready in the cabin, another wants to play their playlist in the hallway, like the ship has personally asked them to DJ Deck 7, and suddenly nobody is relaxing. They are just listening to six different songs at once and pretending they are not annoyed. Cruise lines can be strict with speakers because they disturb other passengers, create noise complaints, and can become a real problem in shared spaces. And even if you think you will only use it in your cabin or on your balcony, sound travels more than people realize. That balcony wall is not a magic force field. The couple next door may not want your beach playlist with their morning coffee, and the person trying to nap in the cabin beside you may not be thrilled that your speaker has entered holiday mode before they have. This is where passengers get caught. They think it's just a speaker, but security or crew may see it as a noise problem waiting to happen. Some cruise lines may restrict speakers completely, while others may not want them used in public areas. Either way, if you pack one, you need to check the rules before you sail. Because even if it gets on board, using it in the wrong place could still get you a warning. And if enough people complain, that little speaker may become a bigger problem than you expected. So if you want music, bring headphones, bring earbuds, play it quietly in your cabin if the rules allow it. But do not assume everyone around you came on holiday to hear your playlist because you may think you packed a fun little speaker. Cruise security may think you packed the reason half the corridor is about to complain. Number seven, drones and remote control toys. This one catches a lot of passengers because they are not trying to cause trouble. They just want good holiday footage, a drone flying over the port, a sweeping shot of the ship, a beach video that looks like it belongs in a travel advert, or maybe a remote control toy for the kids, a little flying gadget, or something fun to use on a quiet day. And at home, that might seem harmless. But on a cruise, drones and remote control items can become a security headache very quickly because you are not just in an open park, you are on a ship with thousands of passengers, crew only areas, navigation equipment, cameras, balconies, port rules, customs rules, and plenty of places where flying something around is not going to end well. Even if you only plan to use the drone off the ship, security may still want to know what it is, whether it is allowed on board, and whether it has to be stored in a certain way. And if you think you can just launch it from the top deck for a quick shot of the ship leaving port, that is exactly the kind of idea that can get you in trouble. The cruise line does not want drones flying near passengers over the pool, around balconies, near the bridge, or anywhere close to ship operations. And the ports may have their own rules too. Some places do not allow drones near cruise terminals. Some have strict permits. Some may confiscate them. And some may not care that you only wanted a nice video for Facebook. This is where passengers get caught. They pack the drone because it feels like a travel camera. But cruise security may see a flying camera, a safety risk, a privacy issue, or a device that could interfere with ship or port security. So before you pack a drone, remote control aircraft, flying toy, or anything similar, check your cruise line and port rules. Do not rely on what someone said in a Facebook group 3 years ago. And definitely do not assume that because it fits in your bag, it belongs on a ship, because you may think you packed a camera. Cruise security may think you packed a little flying problem with propellers. Number eight, homemade food, open snacks, and perishable food. This last one sounds boring until you realize how many passengers could actually get caught by it. Homemade food, open snacks, fresh fruit, meat products, leftovers from port. a little container of something from home, or that half open packet you threw in your bag because you thought, I might want this later. And this is where cruise security can surprise people because passengers think of food as comfort. Security may think of it as a customs problem, a pest problem, a health problem, or something that should not be carried between countries and ports. A sealed packet of snacks may be fine on some cruises, but homemade food, open food, fresh produce, meat, plant products, or anything perishable can be a very different story. And the rules can change depending on the cruise line, the country, the port, and whether you are boarding the ship, leaving the ship, or coming back from a day ashore. That is what makes it confusing. You might be allowed to bring a sealed snack on board, but not fresh fruit. You might be allowed to eat something on the ship, but not take it off at the next port. You might buy food in port and then find out you cannot bring it back through security. And suddenly, your innocent little snack has become the most dramatic thing in your backpack. This is especially easy to forget on port days. You grab something from breakfast, a banana, a sandwich, a pastry, a bit of fruit for later. Then you walk toward the gangway thinking you are just being organized. But some ports are very strict about food, plants, seeds, meat, dairy, and fresh produce being taken ashore. And if officials find it, they may confiscate it, warn you, delay you, or in some places, even fine you. So the safest rule is this: only pack sealed, allowed snacks if your cruise line permits them. Do not bring homemade meals, opened food, perishable items, fresh fruit, meat, plants, seeds, or anything that looks like it could cause a customs or biosecurity issue. And never assume that because the ship gave you food, you can take it anywhere you want, because you may think you packed a harmless snack. Cruise security may think you packed a tiny customs problem wrapped in cling film. Before you go, the video on the end screen is full of great tips and tricks for your next cruise, and it's really worth a watch. Happy cruising, and I'll see you in the next one.